All right, everybody, what is up? Welcome back. Meaty, the last caretaker. There has been a huge update to the game. So remember, this game came out early access, and a bunch of people started playing it. And along the way, there's been a few updates, like big updates, adding stuff, changing stuff. And for us, luckily, we started later. So we're still, in the early stages of the game. And as these updates come out, it's just adding more and more content for us, which is awesome. So I'm going to bring you up to date real quick. I'll just show you a few things that appealed to me. There's a whale now that looks like it spews out crude oil. And there was a few items added. Now, there may be more. You can actually go look at the Steam page. And it has like a video. It has an explanation, all that. But basically, a few of the things that I noticed, this thing is something new, data recovery day. It's like a little radio, probably where you can play messages. Not that big of a deal there. This guy, it's one of those like underwater jet. So that was introduced. There's also a twin version of it down here, the Tide Ripper, but you have to finish a quest for that to do that one. They also added in this Rhino Dismantler. It's a gasoline-powered, petrol-powered grinder to loot. Now, it loots a little faster, like one-on-one, but what it does, it's almost area. Like if you're pointing it might get two things at once. So it is a lot faster. It's fun to use, but it does run on petrol. So that's pretty cool. And then they also added this thing here, a recovery grinder. It says it breaks surplus materials into a lossy mix of other materials and oil. It's so inputs, put in stuff. It says physical matter like, I don't know, iron, copper, all that stuff. But it outputs oil. So interesting about that is, that dilemma I had. I'm like, should I process diesel and fuel on my boat or over at the refinery? Well, with something like this, if you wanted to, you could do some processing on the boat without having to worry about getting all your crude oil from the offshore platform. So that's in the back of my mind still. One of the huge things that I found is two things that I found is awesome. One, they added these bulkhead fittings. I'm going to call them bulkhead fittings. They call them wall sockets. What this allows you to do is, instead of like going through an open door, you can put this next to the door and go through the wall. You got to put one on each side, but you can run. It's basically for cable and line management, but they made one for electrical, they did water, they did gas, and they did fuel. Now, I've already used one of these here. Instead of zigzagging down a staircase, I just went straight down through the flat areas of the stairs, and I'll show you that, and it works really good. That's huge. But the biggest thing, and the reason why we're where we're at, is they added this, a boat extension for the gyrocopter. If you watched yesterday's episode, I have a little issue taking off and landing with the gyro. And I did learn some things. I'm sure I got a lot of comments about the tie downs, how you can tie it down, how you can use those to move it. And I did learn that since then. So fear not, friends. But this required us to get to scan a blueprint. And luckily for us, it was just north of where we were at. And that's where we're at right now. It's a sanctuary dock. And I'm thinking about doing some things in this sanctuary dock. The other thing was this guy. I had planned on never going down in those tubes again. But to unlock this, you have to go into each both of the two tubes to scan to get the blueprints. So I had to go back down in there and scan it. And by the way, I did this during a stream. I wasn't anticipating doing this stuff, but you guys didn't really miss anything except some funny moments. If you remember, when we landed all the way in the bottom, about one level up or something, there was a secret door or a door. I went up with the gyro from the bottom and landed on that edge and got in there. That's where I had to scan the blueprint. And then I used the tie downs to kind of pull it away, and I was able to kind of fly down and crash land again and then take off. So very interesting with that. Those are just a few of the things that they've added. There's probably a few more things, but I don't think they're as important. They added this, a rocket payload module. I don't know anything about the rockets yet, so I guess this is going to be able to send more stuff up when you launch it. So that's probably pretty cool. You can see, look, it's a 0, so I can... it's 0 cost, but I have to do Ascension to unlock it. Gas cable extender? Oh, I never unlocked gas cable extender. Okay, we've got that now. All right, anyway, that's a few things. Now, I'm going to show you where we're at. So when we left last episode, we were right here. I went back down in here again and scanned that blueprint. All we had to do is come north right here, just right here. I mean, we already cleared this place. So we're at this sanctuary dock number 12, and it's kind of like where we started, just a little bit different layout, but basically the same. I've already looted the whole place. But if you look where we're at, I have another idea, and I'm not sure if I want to do it or not. I just don't know. Sometimes, you know, the feasibility of some of these things make sense and don't make sense. So here's what I'm thinking. One, there's 2 diesel things here, and I added another one. So what I was thinking was, what if I make this a place just to store diesel? Okay? In order to do that, I would have to go back up here, make a bunch, you know, dump a bunch of diesel here, keep enough to get back up, make more diesel, basically fill up maybe 3 or 4 tanks. Because look, here's the Lazarus complex here, and here's the rocket thing. I think ultimately we're going to have to be going in between these 2 places, right? And this is pretty much right along the way. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. You know, that's what I was talking about doing at these different fueling stations. You know, there's one here, one there. There's one clear up here. I don't know. If we're going to have to be going back and forth here, it might be a good place. Now, if I don't do too much of it, look, those 2 tanks there that are full, they were here. I added that tank, and then I stopped, and I'm like, you know, I got a bunch of room. Obviously, I could add a bunch of tanks here. I could store 10,000 liters here, right? 10,000, that would be like a little less than half of what my boat has now. Now, the other thing is, here's the deck. Look, there it is. Very simple to build. It goes off the back. Some of the people that have been playing the game for a long time who've got all kinds of stuff here, they had to break down their stuff to get this to dock with them, which would suck. But luckily for me, again, early on. Now, looking at this, at first I thought, oh, I could put some fuel tanks on here. But then everybody's like, look, you have hard enough time landing? Why don't you leave the top of it clear just for landing? But underneath that, I can actually put fuel tanks. I can attach them to the underneath part, right? So down here, right? If you look, like, let's see, like say I take one of these, you know, I could put them this way, like 1 and 2, or this way, possibly 1, 2, 3 there. And then I have enough space to go, you know, if I can fit 3, I can do another 3 across this way. 1, 2, 3. And maybe here, if I needed more, I could do them this way, sideways. But I can fit at least 6 under here. Now, 6 is a lot. Like, I don't know if I need more than that. That would be 6 in addition to the 4 I have right now, right? These here. But it gives me a place down there to do stuff. The other thing is, I know I keep saying it, but eventually I'm going to have to make rocket fuel. And I believe it takes CO2, you know, and something else to make methane and fuel and whatever else. So I was contemplating maybe trying to start utilizing, as I'm driving around the engine exhaust, make some of these little CO2 tanks and just start collecting some. These are actually pretty small. Maybe start collecting some CO2 Not necessarily making methane yet, because I might want to make methane on the rocket platform. So, what else? The other thing I was thinking, now that I know, remember I was worried about this deck space here. Now that I know I have a dedicated landing platform, I can use this space back here, and I can use all this space right here. So, I was thinking, if I'm going to expand the fuel, the petrol, should I expand my diesel? I have 22,000 liters on, able to be carried right now, which is more than enough to take off from the oil refinery, drive all over the map, and then come back and get more. But I could put like one right here, right? Right here, I would match the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and another, either 1 or 2 down the sides, right? So it's possible to get like 8 or 9 tanks here, more tanks, and that's 10 right there. Also, I could get rid of those weak solar panels up there, put another 2 of these right here and here, and then just use this and those front solar panels that I have for my electric. Because my electric, I mean, it's good. I don't have a problem with my electricity. I don't need to add much more. So if I was to delete those, I'd probably just add 2 of these spinners right here and here, which wouldn't affect those tanks. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking, but I'm just not sure. I'm not 100% sure. What is that? I thought it was a teddy bear at first. So, you guys got to let me know what you think about this setup here. I'm at least going to leave those. I was probably going to, if I'm just going to do 3, you would be a good measurement. Well, I was going to say, have enough here to make sure I can go all the way back up and get more fuel, but I don't know. There's so much stuff to build. And I do have a lot of parts, so possibly, I don't think we have enough to build these guys yet. So this is the Typhoon. We need some advanced alloy mesh. But just to look and see if where I could put this thing before it goes and hits. See, that's telling me right there that it would hit. If that's accurate, right? Oh, you know what? Those aren't even the Typhoon ones. Those are the single output ones. So if I added 2 of these like this, like one right here in between these 2, probably right about there. Actually, right there and right where that thing is at, that's going to be more than enough power. All right, so let's do that first. I had contemplated with people about, hey, I'm going to maybe do an all build episode. I don't think this is going to be an all build episode, but I want to build and you guys hang out with me, kind of see what I was talking about. Like, I have these weird, my brain goes round and round and round, right? Round and round and round. So we only actually need 2 alloy mesh. I could probably build them right here. Advanced alloy mesh. Let's build 2 of those. Now, right now, they're not spinning because I'm inside. Look, I got the door closed. I'm all safe in here. So I can move all of this electrical, and then we'll figure out what to do with it. I wish I knew why the higher level turbines have 2 outputs. Like, does it give you more if you connect to both? Because if you do connect to both, it's gonna make it messier, right? I don't. It'd be cool if these actually sat higher than those. I'm gonna place one, and I'm gonna place one like right here. Because if I place one here and here, right where this is at, it'll give me room to put all the connectors down. So, all right, let's go ahead and take this stuff right now. Okay, and then we'll pick this guy up. And this guy up. Alright. So in front of this guy, we build the Typhoon module. Now we're going to want this to point backward like that. Oh yeah, they sit taller. Are those gonna hit though? I don't think those are gonna hit. I think they're gonna be good right there. You know, the game should tell you if they're going to hit. The thing about, like, solar panels, though, they could block each other and it would still be green for you to place. But these look like they're going to be okay. Look, if they're not, I'll have to move them a little bit. But now, these have singles coming off them. These have doubles. And that's what's a little bit confusing. Either way. Now, the other thing is, though, I kind of want to put a diesel tank right here, right? I kind of want to put a diesel tank right here if I'm going to do that. I don't know. I had it in my mind yesterday. I'm going to build a bunch of diesel tanks and all this other stuff. I honestly think I'm good on diesel, but you know what I could do? Let's do this. Let's just add a diesel tank here and here. And go with that, because if I put him here, let's see how big this is going to be. Like, okay, so basically that's as close as I could get it to the back. But if I wanted to run the cables would be the other way. So like this. So you'd want like a little bit of space. It would be about like that. We would have diesel tanks going all across here. Like how much, that doesn't give us a whole lot of space movement. Do I need that much space? I don't know. I really don't know. All right, so this guy here, I think we could just move it back. If we move it back. I have all this space in here actually to run the lines. That might be better, actually, to run the lines back here. All right, let's do this. Let's just start making stuff, see how it works. All right, we'll go with that right now. See if those lined up. Oh my god, they did. You know, it's like I'm just trying to strafe sideways, but then I rode up on here and you're like, oh, there's gonna be in line again, you know? I don't have to do this on both sides, but it's not a bad idea to do it. Connect these all like this. Actually, if I connected them in back, it might be better if I can actually get to the backs. Oh yeah, that's better. Oh, but it doesn't go in line, yeah. It'd be like back, middle, back, middle. We could do it like that, and then do this one into the back. Come on. And then this one into the back. Right? That's utilizing those back ones. Okay, now we have, if I count both of these guys, so there's 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 thingies, right? Niners. Did I catch a niner in there? If we start from, that's 2, kind of need one here. One there. Where's that one at? It's right on that line. One there. See, every time you build these, you're like, oh, this is going to really help. But honestly, you still take up one of the thingies by connecting the connectors. Okay, so now we got that. So that we can put these two into 1, 2 right there. That one can go into that one. Yeah, let's do that. Let's try this. This one to here. This one to here. This one to here. And this one to there. And then that one will connect over here. So that covers those. And then this middle guy who's kind of hanging out on his own, we can connect to there. And then just like that other one we did there, go from here, here, here to here. Whoop! There to there. And there to there. Okay? Now they're all hooked up. All hooked up, good to go. Not pretty, but not super ugly. All right, let's do this. Do this, and then get rid of this guy. And we're gonna move this guy back just a little bit. So from there, we're gonna move him back to about here. Come off there to there. Actually, we want to keep that accessible, possibly, in case we want to plug something into there. Okay, so let's do another one right here. Like that. Okay. And then these are going to be feeding in and feeding in, right? Perfect. Over here. Oh, I get that's where I'm plugged into the house. I'm gonna leave this one for now until I decide whether I want to do all these the tank setup or not. Okay. So we added that, which means theoretically we could go up here and we could get rid of. Oh, we could get rid of all this stuff, which is those two right there are 10 each, so that's 20 for those two, and these are 3 each. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, well, I didn't realize I had 8 up here. So that's... I don't think it's going to be a problem, actually. But I'm not going to take these off yet, because methane, oxygen, all those weird things, we could actually put up here, like tanks. So when we get to that point, I think would be good. Now, this is a water pump. So electricity in, salt water out, right? And then if it's salt water, it means we'd need a purifier. Do I have a purifier? That's a reactor. That's a reactor. Let's see. Methane tank, oil tank, oxygen tank. I think you need this thing here. Input. Okay, so output. You input electricity and fresh water, you get oxygen. You input carbon dioxide, you get methane. So this is our final reactor for making jet fuel. This is a water tank here. And these little guys here. Oh, I've used... Really? No. Why isn't it... That's weird. I have all those parts. Why is it doing that? Oh. So right on the back of my boat here, I'm far enough away from my storage that it doesn't show that I have this stuff. It's really weird. I could move like the building supplies, which are these 3 containers here. And that one up there, maybe? Yeah. Those 4 containers right there. I could move them into here, like on the ceiling, and it would be more centered on the boat. I don't think it really matters. My anticipation starting this video was that I was going to build a bunch of diesel tanks. I was going to do those things. I was going to build diesel tanks over there, but I'm second guessing it already. All right, so if we have... This is going to be salt water out and electricity in. If we have a pair of those water tanks here, how big are these guys? Wait, I would think you don't want to go into the water tank. You want to go into the filtration system. Maybe I haven't unlocked that. A water there it is. Water purifier. Tier 1. I wonder if there's a better one. Is there a better one that I didn't unlock? Or what is this guy? Lazarus pod. Nope. This guy, oxygen tank. There's no search in this thing. This guy, distillation tower, that's for the crude. This guy, CO2 reactor tank. It looks like maybe that's the only one. That water purifier. It's way up here. Okay. So it has got electricity input of 8 kilowatts, salt water of 10,000 liters per hour. It outputs fresh water of 10,000 liters per hour. What I'm getting at is I can, you know, start getting some of this stuff. So when we get to the later points, I'm not like starting from scratch. Water purifier. Oh, it's got an in and an out like that. Kind of hard to see. I don't even know if this is like where it's going to line up at. Let's build it and see. Looks like I have it backward. It looks like I have it backward. Okay, so because it's like that, it's not working very well. So we need alloy frames, we need connector ports, we need storage cylinders, filtering systems. Let's see what else we need. This stuff is so heavy. Obviously you need something else because it's not building. And a compression pump. I don't know if I have a compression pump. Let's craft one. Let's craft one. A compression pump. This guy. Build one of those bad boys. It should. Okay. Was it me or did that thing not make any noise? Oh, by the way, I've actually crashed twice since the new update. I hadn't crashed before. So since the new update, I crashed one time during the stream when I was hitting save right up there. And then just before I started recording, I was in here. I had it just sitting on this screen and I was looking at my other monitor and the game just crashed on its own. So that kind of was weird. Saltwater in. So that's the correct in. This will be fresh water out. But I do have it backward because here's the on-off switch. And there's the electricity, and it could move forward just a little bit. But if we utilize everything, look, instead of, I was going to put water tanks over here, but what if I look at these little, see how big the water tanks are. So water tank, build this. Oh yeah, they're kind of big. If you put it like right there, I can run the hoses up the side. Do one tank there and one tank there. We'll just see. We'll just see. I mean, look, you can always break these things down, right? I like to just get something going here. I'm not going to move because wherever I'm standing, it's actually building this stuff. I don't know if it's because I had it in my inventory or if it's able to get from back there. Okay, so... I mean, at least we can get some stuff going, right? All right, so now we have electricity there. We have electricity there. I don't know if I'm going to need electricity back here, but it wouldn't be bad to put some there so we can get to it. You know what'd be cool? I was thinking, you see how these tanks are up on this little platform? You know, it's like stairs and a little kind of just a perfect platform for 2 tanks. It would be neat if they had stairs or even, you know, stairs in a platform like that you could utilize. The reason I say that is I could put stairs right here in front of this thing I could walk up, and then you're basically, you know, like just walking across this. Or up on the deck up here, you could put, I mean, it would take up some extra space, but you could put like a deck here. Just, it would be kind of a different vibe, a different look as far as building goes. I don't know, just a thought I had. All right, so we got those 2 things. Let's see about these little CO2 guys, maybe these little round dudes. So this needs some advanced alloy mesh. I need 4 of those to make 2 of these tanks, but let's see how big the tanks are. Oh, they're little fellas. Okay. So let's make 4 alloy mesh, which will be not advanced, right? It didn't say advanced. It said, oh yeah, it did. Advanced alloy mesh. So we need 4 of these, which is titanium. Let's just build 5 of them. Why not? Why not, man? This is a lot of the stuff that I did. This is exactly what I did on that oil platform where I'm like, you guys, listen, trust me. I'm bumbling around in my own head. And the reason why is I love building, right? I love building things. It's really a huge part of my whole survival game thing. I keep having boxes drop off the wall. These 2 dropped for some reason. Oh, by the way, I was in here like charging myself up, just hanging out, and a stinking Archangel drone flew down in here and came to right here and was gunning me down with twin miniguns. It was at this facility. There was two of them patrolling over the top. This thing's not making any noise. Is that normal? I thought it was pretty loud before. Anyway, yeah, I had 2. I killed one drone and I didn't think I aggroed the other one, but apparently I did. Okay, so it's got some weird. It's got weird ports on this thing. I'm gonna go ahead and place one to see what these stinking ports are. Wait. I'm going to put it out here. I can't even tell. I don't know what these are. There's one here. It looks like 1 on each side. And maybe something off the top. I don't know. I got to figure out what it is first. This looks like electrical. Oh, okay, no, CO2 in, which this will be our out from our engines. We've got, oh, that's nothing on that side. So CO2 in, that's nothing. What is this? This is the output. Oh. Oh, okay, well, I guess just exactly like I have it here, we could put them side by side here. Okay, that makes sense. So that's back as far, and then as far to the right as we can go. Okay, and then let's grind this up, and we should have the parts that second one will start building. Okay. So we'll come off here. I'll put a little. I'm gonna put a little. I don't think I've ever made it. I might a gas cable. I don't think I've made one of these yet. So we have. Oh, you know what I don't have is oxygen. There should be 4. We have electric, fuel, gas, and water. We have electric, fuel, gas. We need water unlocked. The water thingy. Let's see, where is it? Where are you? How you doing? What? Oh, I probably scrolled past it. You guys spotted immediately, and I just like, durr. I scroll right past it. Is there a water one? There's that. What I'm trying to look at the ones that are blacked out. Maybe it's way up high. No? Is there not a water one? Oh, by the way, my drone, my little roly-poly guy, he fell off the deck and got killed by... He ran out of power and got killed by the... Here it is. By the... whatever, those leeches that are in the water. I brought him back up on deck, but I had to take him out. So we're going to want to connect to both of those. Well, we'll see how that works. I think I have a little bit of gas cable back here. I have gas cable and water cable. Okay, we'll do this. See how this works out. Like I said, I don't like to rush this part of it. This is like... That says gas and it's green, and that says CO2 and it's purple. Okay. That seems more fitting to me than that going there and that going there. It looks like it's a little bit more organized, but who knows? Okay, so the engine exhaust is going to come in, and it's going to fill these two CO2 tanks. So when I get ready for something, we'll have 12,000 liters of CO2. And then we'll have 4,000 liters of water. Seeing that these are 2,000 and these are 6,000, you know, the game will, in my opinion, I don't know if this is fact, but my opinion is the game is telling me the ratio of water to this is less water than CO2. Hence the, you know, the difference in tank size. Okay, so that will be salt water in, right? And now we're going to need to come out of here. Again, doing it just like we did that other one. Probably water? Like that. Actually, yeah, these can do this number here. That. It's pretty clean setup. Now, this, what I like to do is I like to put one on the ground right here. It gets this hose going down faster. It doesn't look as like stretched out, but I think we'll leave it like this for now. Okay, so that's water hooked up. That's CO2 hooked up. Now we'll need power for this. We don't need any power here. This is passive. We need power here. We also need power here. So if I try to make one of these guys, it's as far back as I can go right there. That there. Gets to there. And then make another one of these guys. If I can, hopefully. Right there is perfect. What? I'm like, why is this a water cable? 'Cause you're an idiot. Here's the thing, you wanna, you know, I'm gonna pick this up. You want to be able to go underneath that other cable like that, and then put this back in here. Okay, and then from here to there. Okay, so we have electricity there, electricity there. Now we can either route this in front of these over there or in front of these over there. Let's see, that is right on that. All right, so if we put that there, and then we're gonna bump it out forward a little bit to there. Yeah, it's gonna get a little bit sloppy. That out of this one into there should make a nice right-hand turn. This is so actually it wouldn't be bad to have a port here. You know, whenever you plug up a boat port, it's nice to have a port here. So we might as well just do that. I can bump this to here and this to here. Now we have that going. We want to turn on this guy. It's going to do water. And it's going to stop until we turn on this guy. So as we're driving, this could be going. Now with that on right now, it looks like it's drawing power, right? So if we go look at our power thingy, yeah, I don't think it's gonna hurt us just leaving that on. The cool thing about these things are the now you can actually hear the sound. You know, once they fill, or if that's off and that's on, passively they'll shut themselves off. I don't have to worry about shutting them off. So right now it's equalizing 5,000 liters per hour. We're pulling water out of this dry dock, or not dry dock, it's a wet dock. So that's cool. I think these are going to fill up, and then I can just shut them off, and then these are going to fill up and do whatever. In real life, doing this and these filling up, you would clog your engines. You would definitely clog your engines. Now, I've been using more petrol. Let's go. Let me save real quick after that. Hopefully it doesn't crash. Now it's got me nervous every time I do something. It wouldn't have made me nervous if it happened one time, but because it happened twice now. Anyway, you can see, looking at this facility, you come out of there, but they've reshaped it just a few things. And so anyway, these were here. I added this just in case I want to do diesel here. I don't know. If maybe I just want to keep 3, what I would do is I would offload my diesel and fill this guy and then leave it. And then I would go get more fuel, which I might do. So we go up here, just like before. You can go up this way and get to the roof. And then in here, this is where the blueprint was for that back boat extension gyro deck right there. Pretty dang cool. I think it's awesome. I haven't tried to drive around with it yet. I actually put it on in here. And then again, recycler and a builder in here. But I wanted to show you those bulkhead fittings, what I did. If you remember in the first one, I zigzagged the cable down the stairs. That was my only option, right? You go up but look. So on here, you just put these bulkhead fittings on. And you see that little white thing? It doesn't have to be perfectly in a line. You can see the other one's offset over here a little bit. So as long as they're within like a foot of each other, they'll show you green and you can build it. But look, it just comes straight down instead of going down and around and spiraling down the staircase. I think that is game changer. That's like super clever, right? By the developers and other people. As far as building goes, the worst thing ever, and here's another set of them here, the worst thing ever is there's no connector here. And you have to run a cable through a doorway that you can never close the door again. Well, now you can just apply it here, You can just put on the cable extender right here. Actually, oh, you can't do it there. You do it here. Why? The door's in there. You'd put it here, right? And it would build. Or you can go right through this concrete floor, wherever that goes down there. So here's the up top. I didn't have to build any of these things. These, you know, the spinners were over there. These things, I just moved the spinners from over there to here. This is important to have these and to keep them here because my ship is inside getting no wind or solar. So these are constantly providing power to the facility and to the ship. This was pretty cool. They had these little like hog doors, but you know, each one of those kind of was a piece of duct work that led you, like I followed that one all the way around and it dropped down, all the little secrets. So there are so many really cool facilities. You know, obviously there's the launch platform, and right over there's the proving grounds, and you can't see it from here. Well, if I went up top, I guess. Go up top of this one. So right there is where we were in the last episode. I just went from there to here. That's it. So I didn't go, oh, look up there. I did not see that. How do I get up there? Anyway, went from there. There's the rocket launch facility, and there's Lazarus. So if you look, see, I'm at Lazarus, and I'm like, all right, we need to go to the rocket launch facility. Look, we're going to be coming right by here to go to the rocket launch facility. And if I have fuel here, and it's a place that I have like safe harbor. By the way, one of the things they said they added, besides they said the game runs smoother. Well, they're working on that. The only reason why I hesitate, because I had 2 crashes for the first time, but the game runs smoother, but the oceans are rougher. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. I was sitting over there, still anchored, waiting to move. Dude, I had like 20-foot swells. I'm not exaggerating. I thought the boat was going to flip over. That's why the rollerball fell off the deck, because the swells. Anyway, we haven't gone to that thing. We haven't gone to a lot of this stuff. That thing over there, that thing's really got me intrigued. Like, I really kind of want to know what that is. It's pretty cool. Maybe we should go over there right now. Maybe. I haven't used this yet. The Tidewater thingy. Let's first try and get to this. I did not see this up here. I did go on top of here. You know, any crates they had around that you were going to use to jump to this thing. I've obviously already ground down. How would I get up there? That Lazarus pod up there is worth getting up there. But I don't see a good way of getting up here. Huh? You'd have to build from right here up with some containers. And like I said, I've ground all the containers down, these guys here. Well, we can go get some iron and plastic and build some, huh? Should be fun watching me try to do that. Hey, look at this. I missed this one piece. Should be fun watching us do that. I've got so much of this bio stuff, I honestly don't know what I'm going to do with it. The reason why I'm not just outright making petrol out of it is because of what it says that you what you get vitamin wise for building humans. And look, I could easily look it up. All right, what do we have to do? What do we need to build humans? What do we need to do? We build humans, then launch them in rockets. I'm purposely not looking at that. I mean, I don't mind if you guys mention something. I'm not like gonna get mad, but to me, that's part of the fun. It might be frustrating though to you guys to be like, oh my god, doesn't he know? Like, I already know the ending. Doesn't he know to do this, that, and the other thing? Well, you got to remember that's part of the fun, right? Is not necessarily just to know it all from Jump Street, and then be like, oh, I know I need to do this, that, and the other thing. You know? I don't know. I'm not really making much sense right now, but that's okay. So we need some iron and plastic to build those containers. We'll I think, by the way, in one of the other updates, they changed the weight of this stuff, okay? They changed the weight of it. Now, that was before our time, so I didn't know that, but I did hear somebody talk about that. I think, and I'm sure if you just read the upgrade notes, I think they changed the weight of this stuff. Why? I had 1, 2.5 containers full, okay? Already existing in there. Well, I'm like, you know what I want to do? I want to organize this where all of this bioorganic is in one. Like, do you see that? And then all these weird kind of unique ones are in one. So I started yanking these out of here. And then I went to put them back in organized. And look what it did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You see what it did? They went the other way. Instead of reducing weight, I think they added weight. Because how would I go from 2.5 containers to 8 containers? Now, granted, it was midnight when I was doing this stuff, but I'm like, what is going on? Why can't I do this stuff? It needs 3 and 3, so we got to make sure that I only had whatever. Let's do that. We'll get rid of that. Do that. Get rid of that. We'll take 100 and 100. Back to the... Look. Just sitting here, they're just under half full. I'm just thinking ahead here. If I follow through with my theory, my logic in this game, then meaning I'm doing crude oil to diesel and petrol on the oil platform, then that means I'm going to do jet fuel on the rocket platform, not on my boat. But it doesn't hurt to, like, as you're just cruising around to make some of it, I'm thinking. Again, the beauty of it is I can always break it down. Break it down. See, the problem I have with these are they won't let you stack them on your own. I think that doing that and then lifting this up first and then building again. I forgot I did upgrade my ability to lift things, so I should be able to lift a little bit better. What? Did I knock that one? Oh. I just didn't walk far enough forward. Okay. Do you think that one's going to be... Think we're going to be able to jump from there up there? I think I'm going to knock them over. There we go. That wasn't bad. Oh, look. So we've got ourselves a compass. We got a book. We got one of these fools. Some tire action. Some plastic pallet for your viewing pleasure. Metal junk. All right, we're going to head over to that place. So if you guys are still here, fear not. Ultra high-tech scraps on an aged Lazarus vial. Okay, perfect. All right. So the beauty of this place is we're going to leave it because it's going to be a base of some kind for us. You know, I'm gonna reserve the right to add diesel tanks on my boat until I get back to the offshore platform to get more fuel. And then I'll think about it. I'm like, well, you know what I'm going to do? I might add 4 tanks on my deck so I can then bring that to here. Because I think 22,000 is enough. I don't think I need more than that. But if I just put 4 down, right, to haul it here, and then when I get here I'll offload those 4 over into here, then I can break those down. So I don't need to build another one right now. But I'm going to leave this fuel in here. I'm not going to fill this guy right now. I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to leave it like it is. I'm going to leave it like it's hot. All right, let's dump this stuff off and let's get a move on, because I thought I would dedicate like a 4-hour episode to building, but honestly, I'm so dude, did they change the weight of this stuff too? Because things just seem to start needing more boxes. I was hoping to get a larger container. I would go for a larger container that can't hang on the wall or the ceiling. It has to go on the floor. Then it could replace like 2 of these for 1 larger container, but make it a little bit smaller than 2 of these side by side. Just a little bit smaller. All right, let's want this stuff flopping around while I'm driving. Okay, we got this guy, and we got that guy, and that guy. So we did get a little bit of something good out of that one. That Lazarus pod. All right. I need to flip the door open. Forgot about that. I'm going to do a save before I'm going to have to back out of here. Whee! Guess I didn't come over here and clear this stuff up. Oh my gosh, I left loot! Okay, wow, louder. I left loot. Try to jump off there. Charge me up. Okay, so I have the gyro anchored down. Sometimes I tell things on the stream and I don't know if I said it here, but when I left the gyro just sitting out here on the deck right where I'm looking, it just slid around. It was going to slide off the deck. So I disassembled it, which then I later found out there's anchor points on the dang thing. I did not know that. Okay. And because my little roly-poly friend is dead, I got this guy as a friend. Made a chair for him, but he has issues sitting in a chair. There, perfect. Oh shoot, hold on. I forgot the electricity is still plugged in. Okay, that could have went ugly fast. I wonder what that would do. What if it, like, yanked all my, What if it yanked all my wiring off my boat? Uh-oh. I feel like I'm hitting... Yeah. Ease Louise, dude. Okay. I guess I haven't driven in a while. All right. Minus 100%. In reverse. Oh, no! Wow, those cleared by a millimeter. Where were we going? We're going to... Oh, I don't even know what it is over there. Is it this? Let's see. I think that's the right area. That's weird because that icon on the map is remember, we're starting with 0 in those CO2 tanks. We'll see what that does for us. I'm looking at my electricity lines right now on those two big. God, those are so much bigger than those other ones. I think those are 10 kilowatts each, so 20 kilowatts there. Yeah, that looks like the facility we were talking about. Let's go straight over there and see what the heck's going on over there. So there was something else that got unlocked, which was this guy. The Grid Scan, Pico Grid Scan 2000. And people were saying they think this is like, looking at it right here, this is the layout of my boat. Electricity, you can see it there. Petrol, saltwater, freshwater, diesel. Even ignoring the main monitor, this little thing up here in the corner right here is really valuable. This up here. See, I'm at 59.7. I'm running electricity, engines, and that pump, and it's still holding right there. Here's my petrol, 8,000 total. Saltwater, I'm at whatever, freshwater, 6 liters. Okay, there's my freshwater diesel. Here's my carbon dioxide. Isn't that pretty cool? Like, that thing's really confusing, but the other thing looks good. That guy is really having problems. So remember I was talking about those 2 little monitoring screens down below deck? I'm like, man, that would be cool to have more information like that. Well, that's exactly what that thing does over there. Now, you know where that chair is and that guy's sitting? I put it there first, and because I'm not used to having anything up inside here, I kept backing into it when I was fighting one of those archangels flying around shooting at me with miniguns. I kept backing into it, so I just moved it outside next to that thingy. Whatever. I never jump off the deck there anyway. Do you see what I mean? I can feel and see how the waves are rougher. Just like this normally would be a nice smooth day, but my goodness, they're tough. There's the launch facility. Now, there is another place like what we just left right there, just over there somewhere. And I believe it's called the warehouse. So that sounds like loot galore. Loot galore. Yeah, I honestly had anticipating making like a 2-hour build thingy where I built those petrol tanks back there. I built diesel tanks, but I don't know. Feels a little bit overkill right now. But before too long, I am going to make a trip back up there, probably on my own. I'm just going to go up to the offshore oil rig, go straight there. I'm going to fill up all my tanks, and I don't know if I'll come back and fill these up or not, but just figure out where we're going to go next. I don't know. We'll see. I think when I get down to about 35% remaining, I'm going to head up there. I think right now we're at 60%, something like that. Now, it's possible that there is some physics effect on your boat because there are stabilizers in the game to put on your boat. So I might have to think about that. And that just makes me think that people that put like tanks and stuff way up high and hanging off the edges, if that really makes their boats unseaworthy. Let's slow it down here. Just slow it down to 0. I'm going to see if I can see where to attach. Remember, my whole... What is that in the air over there? What is that? My whole idea of doing these is so I could see them. Oh, it's a dude just chilling. Now that dude's all white. The guys that attacked me were green, like military green. Okay, so we've got a ladder there, and it looks like a platform lift. Oh, it's really hard to see. Dude, look at my... You guys, I was saying about the rough seas. My God. It looks like both of those edges are... Whatever, let's just go to one. Oh my God. Dude, I think we're going to have to see about stabilizers. Hull stabilizer. Designed to significantly reduce the side-to-side rolling motion of the vessel. I don't think there's any more of them. I think there's just that version there. Dude, we look at the boat. Like this guy's gonna be gone. Here, get up there. This guy's gonna be gone. Oh lordy. I'm gonna go to this one because it's got a zigzag staircase. And it's got a mooring cable. Yeah, dude, definitely gonna need some hull stabilization here. Okay, let me try and grab that mooring cable real quick. Okay, so I purposely did this so I could put some stabilizers on here. That is kind of getting out of hand, that stabilization. But look, if it wasn't doing that before, that means these things wouldn't have... They require electricity just to build, right? Yeah. Do you have to plug them in? Dude, you might have to actually plug these things in. Where do you put them at? Like, how far down? Do these really need to be plugged in? It looks like that's a plug-in port. Now, if it was me, a whole stabilizer would be horizontal, not vertical like this, but what do I know? I just did it because they need to be plugged in. Oh. Okay. There's a dude over here. I saw him. There was a dude floating in the water right here. I guess he's not here anymore. I saw his backpack. Well, we'll figure out that whole stabilizer thing later. Probably better maybe in the dry dock. Yeah, there was a guy floating right there a second ago. All right, let's do a save. Yeah, I feel like I'm feeling a little bit jittery. Sometimes, like when I do this movement. Now, it might be because I have a lot more stuff on the boat. Could be a number of things. Could be the update. All right, we don't even know what this place is. And she didn't say anything when we came here, so... Like, you know, quest. Now, that one looks like an enemy. I can't see the backside of him. But if the difference is between them being painted white versus military green, the military... Wow, dude, there's 3 here. There's 1 over there. The military green guys are the ones that outright aggroed on me, like ASAP. The white ones, I wouldn't have known unless you guys said something, but because I start shooting first and asking questions later. But I was shooting at them and they weren't responding. And that's a ball right there. That is a ball. Okay, they either changed something or... They either changed something or something because it makes this connecting the gun a lot harder. So if you look at this, now it's plugged into my backpack. So it seems like that's the only way I could make the gun work, is by bringing the gun up, looking at it. Before I could say use, and it would yank out a cable and I could plug it into the gun. I'm not 100% sure on that. Yep. He's a goner. He's a goner. It charge up. Sometimes the sound works, sometimes it doesn't. Like, you can't tell if it's working or not. Anyway, did that guy like break a bunch of the loot that was here? There's a lot of loot here. We got light there. I want to keep looking first before I do anything with that. Okay. Did we get lucky? We got lucky. Look, the first place we came is the power. What is this? Is that a bridge? This looks like, if you look over there, it almost looks like an extension bridge. I didn't realize I was disconnected from the rest of the facility till I got up here. No, they don't have any power up here. They don't have any power up here, so these guys. One other thing that changed, if you look at down in the bottom left, number 4. So now when I get these things, they actually go into this slot, and so you can eat them like Tic Tacs, where before you had to like right click. I mean, maybe they could have been put there and I didn't know it, but they never went in there automatically. So if the spot is empty and you collect them, they'll go in there automatically. All right, well, there was one power thing down below. It's not going to last long, but we can try it. Grab this, grab this, grab that. This guy over here. See that guy? Okay. See if that's enough to do something with this. See, I'm just reading into lore, but I'm saying that the robots created these guys as protectors, but some of them have gone rogue. The ones that have the military paint on them. Look, it is an extension bridge. This place is awesome. There's another ball right there. Oh, there's another ball right there. That door is locked. This place is pretty big. It's really cool. I don't know what it is, so I don't think anything popped up that this was a mission. Nice amount of loot around. All right, we got 2 balls up here. Wink. Lots of loot. You know, I didn't say it before, but those boxes, the cardboard boxes, they're really good because they give you these finished products. So if there's something up here that you have to repair and there's enough boxes around, you might get the resources you need to actually do the repair. 3 sharks down there swimming in a circle. Jeez. I just finished him off with a non-charge up. I thought this thing was going to protect me until he got the angle on me. This place is, I mean, I could see from a distance it was big, but my goodness. So we got a cable there. This, oh, we got some slime in there. Oh, we have another power facility here. Okay, so I'm gonna say that that over there is enough for that side, right? That if we're gonna power anything, we'll do it right here and power this guy up, because this is the main area, what it seems to be the main area. Get a little heal juice. I did add some points to heal, so instead of 100, I'm at 160 now. That would be in here. Vitality 60, 160. Still haven't done any shock absorber. Oh, Lord. I think we need to go down and see if there's any... Is there any kind of solar or... What are those? Wait, whoa. These are something right here. Oxygen tanks. 2 oxygen tanks. Interesting. Wow, they're big. Okay, so if I repair those, I can break them down. But maybe it's possible that this is like a facility. I can see what they're doing. Like, you have a crude oil facility where you can make gas and diesel. This might, you know, the Lazarus has the ability to do fresh water. This could be a facility for making O2. But again, if you just move it all to the rocket pad, I don't know. I wasn't able to get up on that rocket pad, remember? Because I think we need to build a pod first. Got to really keep your eyes open. I didn't, unless if those things weren't repairable, I may not have looked at them like, oh, what is that? You know, what the? Oh my God! Did you see that bounce? That was awesome. All right, we might as well try and get rid of this other ball over here while we can. Charging. It's only showing 99.98, but it actually drops by 10, but I have the backpack plugged in. I think I missed it. Oh, I just aggroed that guy. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. I just aggroed those guys. Maybe the balls were theirs. Maybe the balls were theirs. Come on, baby. Come on! Oh, shoot! Wow. See that guy over there? He's shooting electrical balls at me! Okay, so those guys are friendly until you shoot them in the balls, and then they're not friendly anymore. Ha! You get it? So they took out those 2 balls. Ow, that's a direct impact. That did not feel good. See ya! That's one. I think there's 3 of them. Ah, direct impact! Look at that guy out there just waiting to shoot me on the direct. Alright, this thing's got no more power. Oh, he just went non-aggro now, that guy. Oh, that sounds like another one above me. Oh, my backpack's empty. My backpack's empty. Oh my god. Oh wow, that took a lot. Ah, don't fall on my head. Friendship time? Friendship time! You know, if I had an electrical charge, I could have thrown it right here, a big one, and when those guys were all out here. There's still one I can hear that's pissed. At least one. But I did get some extra high-tech scraps from these fools. Thank you very much. Okay. Got this guy on the roof here. Oh, that guy too. Wow. That's 3, 4. Was there 5 of them here? Watch, I do all this and there's a ladder on the backside. Ah, that's the, you got to be careful with the stacks because you can knock them over easily. Dude, if nothing else, getting 2 balls and 4 of these guys, that's a lot of tech scraps. You know, at this facility. Oh, you know what? Sounds like one is down below deck. Down below deck! Got the grinder. Here's another thing I've been thinking about in the back of my head, and maybe you guys can help me out with this one. So, very traditional meaty fashion. I'll see something in the distance and like this place. Oh my god, I gotta check that out. Oh my god, I want to see that place, right? Now, if I would follow these quests up here, you know, the game would probably push forward more accurately. I don't know. I don't know. So you guys let me know what you think. I got lots of loot to get. Okay, something's going on down here. Oh my god, it's a laser ball. That's a laser ball. He's pissed too. Look at him. Okay, we can't do anything with him right now. Wow, look at... Oh, there's so much going on. He's gonna shoot his laser up here. Remember the laser ball from the Proving Grounds? Oh, look. Secret area. Guitar. Guitar Hero. Tell me he can't climb stairs. He's got to be like Claptrap and he can't climb stairs. Yeah, he's down there and he's pissed. Look at this dude. He tried to take on the laser ball, I bet. Okay. Got another light there once we get some power going. I'm just taking a quick look around. We need to get power over... I don't know how to get over there. Maybe walk an edge. Stuff underneath over... Wow, okay. Alright, interesting. What's this? Oh, that's a pipe. I thought... I saw it. I thought it was a canister. Let's see if we can repair any of these things. Not that guy. We got more loot on us now. Nope, still not enough. 26? Wow, 26 iron to repair that. And 2 titanium. This one, a different amount. Poly... Okay, yeah. Alright, well, I think if nothing else, you know, I'm going to repair those, right? And before I leave this facility, I'll... You know, if there's nothing that like says, hey, you need to do that stuff here, then I'll just break them down. But if there is something, maybe there's something here that's like, hey, dude, that's where you make O2 for rocket fuel. Yeah, he's pissed, dude, that laser dude. He's not happy with life. See that thing? It's not using any power over here, so that's going to be good enough for here. It's just going to have to recharge things like this. And have these lights on over here. So we'll bring up some stuff to power up over there. Let's do that. Okay. Clear all this stuff out later. Because I love to loot. I love me some loot. Actually, these things aren't bad to get now. Some tech scraps out of it. Some ammo. Okay. Let's go down. So that was good. Those angel dudes, actually, I was able to aggro them. I thought I shot them before on one of the that tower over there. Or no, that tower right there when we were trying to unlock this region on the map. And I don't think it aggroed them. But me shooting at their balls... Oh, I can't help myself, dudes. High voltage. Paint lightning warnings everywhere. Is only God left. Everything lives or dies by the cable. Wonder what that would look like on the part of the ship. I don't want to do the outside or the deck, but maybe the pilot house might be pretty cool for that. Maybe. Okay, so we got... Hey, a new... Oh, that's Pico Music. That's that thing upstairs. Pico Athletics. That's the games. This is the music touching the chip. Okay, that sounds awkward, but whatever. All right, we need to build... We need to build some power up there. So... Let's see what we got in here. We've got... This is going to really weigh us down. Alloy frames. We need more of those. Solar cells. Let's split 5 off of that. If I make a solar panel. I need some more of these guys. And if I'm going to make a turbine... Oh, it's always hard. And then if I'm going to make a storage... It seems like there's a lot going on here, so I might... let's see. You know, one way to do this is to just do it here. Let's see. So if I want to make... I don't want to make the big one. I want to make a cyclone. Alloy frame, logic chips, and 2 turbine blades. So 1 logic chip, 1 turbine blade. Let's see. Here's a turbine blade. Split. And some logic chips. Okay. This thing's still going over here? Just made myself super heavy. Kind of want to repair that stuff, but you got to be careful of not bringing the right stuff. Let's see. Let's split that and get rid of half of it. I know we need some titanium, so I'm not going to get rid of that. I'm still at 100. Way too slow. I'll get up there and I won't have all the stuff to actually build with, because I'm an idiot. All right, 48 of those. That's fine. We don't need that or another 100 of that. 27, 71 plastic. 51, 40, 34. My luck, I'm going to get all the way up there and not have the stuff, but whatever. We'll figure it out. Going to use some electricity getting up there. Because I am overweight. He said he's overweight, man. Yeah, so that was my other thing. It's like, hey, why are you ignoring the quests, right? No, I don't think anybody said that, but I just get too excited. I see the size and kind of the shape and the outline of a facility. I'm like, oh my God, I've got to check out that facility, you know? I got to check out that facility. So maybe we'll start knocking off some of these quests. I think that might be a good idea. The ugly work, that one there that just scrolled up, that one is going to be done when we go get diesel because it's up by the oil rig. Same with the Echoes of the Grave and the Seed Vault were somewhere up to the north. That's what allowed me to drive north and find the oil rig. And then the Accept the Rules is right here where we're at. It's like a... On the map, it looks like a... I guess underwater maze? It looks like a maze. There's a roller ball up there. I just saw... Yep, you see him rolling? So that's 3 balls, and then we got the laser big kahuna over there. Oh, he is still pissed. You hear him rolling over there? Dude, get a life, bro. Guy's got issues. He's got mommy issues. I mean, if you got a laser on your ball, you got some definite issues, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna repair these suckers. Because if nothing else, I can then break them down for all their parts, which would be really good. At least that's my theory, right? Okay, we got 2 O2 tanks. So remember, rockets fly on 3 different types of fuels, but they all use liquid oxygen. So frozen liquid oxygen, RP1 kerosene, hydrogen, or methane. So methane, it looks like O2 and methane are the ones that rock here. All right, so this is not the best place to put anything with that here. As far as sun goes, and the spinner. Where is the plug-in wall? Is it over here? There it is right there. So maybe this might be the best place to put them out here. See if we can build something. Let's try the cyclone first. Oh, I was hitting whatever was above there. And then possibly a solar panel. I don't have battery cells for that. This solar panel, I could build this solar panel maybe? The Lumid. Okay. I used all that iron that I had. Maybe I could find some more if I just plug this in. You know, find some more of those boxes I was talking about. Okay. And my weight is down, so that opens this up. Oh, I didn't charge my rifle. That ain't good. And I didn't bring any grenades for these fools. Okay, any iron in here? One iron. I don't know how many I needed. We know get away from me. We know there's a ball up there. Whoops. I tried. I definitely tried. So can I build that thing now with one more iron? Oh yeah. I only need one iron for that. I forgot what I was building. I forgot. Building just one of these little fellas. Now if I want to put a battery up here, which isn't a terrible idea, I need 2 battery cells from what I've got now. I need to charge my my stuff up anyway. Let's head back down. Why not? Wow, look at the stinking ocean, man. Okay. Let's make a couple battery cells. Yeah, the movement is crazy. I'm gonna have to hopefully figure out how those stabilizers work. Wow, my goodness. It really affects, especially if you're trying to place boxes and stuff, it really affects things. All right, let's go with the Magnacell first. That should fill up pretty quick. That was done, and then okay, and then rifle. Rifle. Look at the boat! It's crazy. Okay, rifle is done. Plug in myself a little bit. Okay. And plug in my pistol. I don't know if there's anything else I need to repair. I don't remember seeing anything, but it doesn't mean there's not something I'm supposed to repair. But I am on the heavy side, so if we get rid of some stuff, let's get rid of the it's funny, titanium actually should be the lightest thing that we're carrying. Let's see that. I'm gonna do away with it. I'm gonna do away with it. Split 5, split 5. That way we'll have that just to make some connectors if we need to make connectors for anything. I don't know if there's anything we need to connect. And then we got the big guy down there. So if we look in our grenade selection of what we have pre-made, we have a large explosion there. He wants the big electrical explosions. If I can aggro him correctly, that's another 20 kilos, but let's take it. Why not? All right. Let's do another save. Back it up. Okay. Was that all I needed? Recharge my guns. Yeah. I get that way where I'm like, dude, you went all the way back down there and you didn't even do the one thing you said. I recharged my backpack, my guns. I got some explosives. I didn't get fire explosives, but I'm thinking about the laser dude. Laser dude. I just bumped into that and it almost knocked me off the edge. Just not cool. Oh, the battery. That was the other thing. Hopefully I still have this stuff. The battery. Let's see. Yep, we got the stuff. God, you can hear him down there just aggroing. Oh, what the? Dude, what just hit me off the edge? Something literally just knocked me off the edge. Did you see me going flying forward? What the heck? Something right here launched me off the edge. Oh, dang it. Bounce it off this thing. Wait, is he? Oh, come on. Went over there. That didn't shoot past that. I know I'm not plugged in. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time for you to go. Boop, 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 boom. Me. There. We got battery power. So, during the day, the battery should fill. Dude, I can't believe I got knocked down there. Holy cow, that was super scary. We never even went down to this level. Hello, friend. Giant. High-tech scraps for tech scrap. Wow, he has got... Look at that big laser eyeball thingy he's got going on there. Oh, that's all about. Last time... See, it says 4, but look, I got 1. I got 1. That guy's a liar. It said 4 and I got 1 from him. Is this his little ball that he plays with? Oh, you got your little ball that you play with, ball? Okay. So we got a platform here. Oh, we can go up there. Might as well grind it while we're here. First, I thought that duffel bag was high tech, like a Lazarus pod or something. Guitar. Music notes. Look at, just sits up here in his chair, looking over there, playing music on his guitar. You didn't think robots had like style, pizzazz, panache, or whatever. What are you talking about, dude? Okay. Might as well just see what's down here while we're over here. This was going to be that other bottom part I was going to come up, but I think I chose the correct one. Yeah. Oh no. Oh no. We got the douchers here. Regular. Oh my god. Get away from me. Look into my light. Look into my light. What the? Losers. All right. So we got Captain Laserbeam. He's done for. That's, wow, talk about the blackness of the ocean. Oh. You guys ever been out on the ocean at night away from land? I have. Remember I was telling you about those crew boats we used to take offshore? Well, we would get out beyond visual of land. That's close. You could kind of see Catalina Island at one point at one of them, and then the other one you got out. Dude, it's creepy. I don't care how you think, whatever tough you are or whatever else, or it's not that it's like, oh my god, I'm so scared. What it is it's creepy. There's a difference, right? It's just like you're like looking out and you see nothing. It's unlike anything you experience normally, right? You don't usually get in a position like that, and it's just at first it's unnerving, right? And then you get used to it. You're obviously on a boat with lights. They have just like our boat, they have floodlights like that shine on the deck and everything. But yeah, it's a little unnerving at first. You're like, you feel like you're in space, like you're in an abyss. Plus you got the rocking, the movement of it, everything. It can be unnerving. I do have some friends that like they kind of freaked out about it, right? All right, let's go up and see if we can talk to Oh, that thing's open over there. Hup! Oh, no way! No way. Dude, I was trying. Oh, there's more of that. That must, I don't know. I'm thinking that might look good. Dude, I can't believe I made that jump. Okay. Might as well scrap some of this. 85%. I don't know if this is an area that we're not going to come back to. What is this? Huh. It's weird. It's like a loading facility. Remember, the tanks are right up there. It's making me think... This here looks... Is there something back here? What the... Oh my god, I'm gonna get stuck. I think there's something back there, probably. Alright, I got plenty to loot here. I didn't really want to have to make this jump twice, but... I wonder if I could shoot those things and blow them up. Asked and answered. Look at my poor... Dude, it's dipping my deck down into the... The back of the boat is sinking. Hey-ya! Oh my god. Oh, lordy. With battery charge... Oh, the battery's charging up. That's good. It's overcast. The battery's charging. Alright, so we know there's one more roller ball up here. Let's see. Yep, just gotta glance over my shoulder. What the heck was he shooting at? I'm not even up there yet, doofus. Stupid! Dude, who's he shooting at? What a loser. Locked. Moses authorization required. There's a Lazarus pot. Oh, dude, there's some loot in there. Oh, look, it's that is like the navigational one, so we had to charge and then it opened up the map. I wonder if this is a communication of something else. Moses required, huh? I don't know why it whipped out a fuel cable, because I just was trying to push the button. Ho. Okay. Moses on your face. So far, this has been a fun episode. I got to do some building. I definitely want to look into the stabilizers. I want to know what that's all about, because the rocking is getting pretty predominant. Oh my god, he backed away from it! Thought I had him. Just so you know, don't try and shoot through railings. They will block your shots. You really got to wait for that weapon sway to stop as you're moving. Yeah, get on your face. You're a big disgrace. The lonely ball on top. That's right, Bubba. Okay, look, we actually have 4. So on those other ones where we climbed way up tall, there was only one of these guys, and it opened up the region of the map. There's 4. This might be some kind of communications array. Oh, I'm gonna be out of iron. Ah! Oh, look! Oh, one of the other things they added. The ability, we're gonna be able to get, like, that reminded me of it, like a seed, a tree seed, and plant it. They showed, like, some kind of weird structural, what would that be, like a trapezoid shaped thing, like beams, and you plant somewhere, and we start growing trees, which means oxygen on Earth. Something to fight the bad stuff. Okay, so whatever the mission is here, it's obviously going to be repair these, charge that thing down below. I'm going to have to figure out how to get into that thing down below, though. Let's see, what did we need? We need 2 more iron. If we can find any more cardboard boxes with iron in it. Another one of that paint. It seems like you go to certain facilities, they have a whole new paint scheme for you. I like my character the way he is. I mean, maybe. Let's try, see what it looks like on here. Oh, it's the caution. It's caution. It's like caution tape, you know? Kind of like this look. All right. So this power here would be for powering that. There's some blobs in there. We need a little bit. We need like 2 iron if we can find any more cardboard boxes that have iron in it. Here's one. Of course, it had copper, not iron. This one? 3 iron. That should be enough to repair those things. Now, did we see anywhere, you know, the other machine might have the Moses, security bypass chip thingy in it. You know, the one you can play the game in? We'll have to look around for one of those, because that might be what we need to open that door, because you can see it's yellowed out. See if we can repair this last one up here, at least get part of this done. You know what's weird is I feel this is a mission, but it's not on my, I mean, a quest. Like, I'm not supposed to be here yet or something. But we're gonna carry on. Because usually, if it's something like repair, it'll say repair those. Now you must charge up the thingy. Did we see any more of those? I'm thinking it might be on either over there. I don't remember seeing it over there. It's not in here. It could be below us. What's all the noise? Something is processing underneath us here? Something's going on. It sounded like there was a process going on of some kind. All right, let's go back down, and what do we need? What do we need? We need a dump. We're at 100. Okay, I didn't see one over there. I don't remember seeing one over there. Those machines. Whee! You know that scanner I have up there, I don't know if when you get the upgraded one or updated one, if it'll scan omnidirectional. You know the scanner that's right there? That guy? It only scans that direction. So you have to park, if the boat was parked the other way, it'd be scanning underneath this platform. But the upgrade might be omnidirectional, which would be better. Then I could see if there's anything down below. Down below where no one goes. Oh, you collect all that money. It's only 2 and 3. I don't know why I'm doing this, but I keep forgetting. I think there's some kind of achievement to send like $100 into space or something. Maybe it's 1,000. If it's 1,000, I better look at that, because if it's something like that, that's a colossal waste of time for me. But I used to be like big time like achievement, but the game developers started putting some really whack things in there for you have to do, like a lot of looting. Not a lot of looting, but a lot of grinding in certain games, and it kind of turned me off to that. But it is fun. I mean, I guess I'm going to show you what a turbo nerd I am. It is fun when you're like playing, you do something, you hear that bink, and a achievement pops up. Maybe I'm the only one that thinks that way. I don't know. Give me a break, you guys. Come on. Come on! Cletus? Oh, man. Well, you know, I guess I can't really... I was going to say, I can't really tell you how much I really enjoy this game. When I find games, I happen to find this one on my own. You guys usually are really good at like, hey, you need to check this out. But this one I found on my own. So we've got 2,000 liters, which means we can flop this sucker off and this guy. Okay, we have it set up. How much did we get out of here? We ended up with, yeah, not much. We only went from over there to here, so this is only going to be filling while we're running. Thank God that's still there if I didn't tie this sucker down with my little mooring cables. Don't be so boring. It's only a mooring. Oh, level 30 reached. And there's only 25 levels. I appreciate that. I really do. All right, we got that and that guy and that guy. No. Got these guys. Boop, boop. And then up here. So, I added up there. Just made them blue because the blues are getting pretty full. And I'm not going to, like, change this stuff. These have got me a little, I don't know, a little, not baffled, but a little, maybe, you know what? You know what might be a good idea? I love the complexity of this game. You know, before this game, we had talked about maybe revisiting Satisfactory and going ham bone. And then I had some, like, you know, not reservations, but I thought, man, it's a lot of work, right? It's a lot of work to keep people involved, and a lot of work for me. But the same theory that's in Satisfactory as far as like tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, you need to be making fuel over here, you need to be making methane, O2, clean water, all this stuff, right? What if we go back to Lazarus, maybe on our way to get fuel? Where are we at on fuel? Yeah, see, we're only at 62%. I said when we start approaching like 40% is when I'm going to think about leaving, unless, you know, unless it's like that stupid idea. Don't do that right now. What was I saying? Maybe we shoot over to Lazarus, right? And we start trying to make, where is it? These things. So this looks like it processes food materials from bioorganics. So if you input bioorganics and fresh water into these guys, this is the tier 2 version of it. So we need this and a water setup like we set up here. And we can set down some chests and offload our bio, free up all this stuff, and start making some of these things. These guys. I think this is what it's going to make. So here's a food item. It's a common food item called Nutri-Core. Height, intellect, life expectancy, strength, and weight. Then we've got physique fuel. Height, strength, weight, intellect, life expectancy. We've got some high fat. And we've got some mind surge. And we've got one immune boost. So I believe with those things is going to make these things, right? And I'm sure it's going to go through all of that to make just a few of those. But if we go back there, remember, I'm trying to remember too. Remember if we go in and we turn to the right and look down, there was a platform down by the water that had water pumps like this guy. They needed to be repaired, but they had this guy. And then if we put some of these tanks, and just on the floor above them was like a cafeteria. And okay, remember what I was saying about how they said the ocean increased? And I said I was getting some big swells? You guys thought I was messing with you, didn't you? Look at the ship. They've definitely increased it. Anyway, just above it was, and you don't need to set it up there, obviously, but above it was a Soli Forge, one of the, this guy. Right? So the input on this is bioorganic and electricity. And then the inputs on the pumps is going to be water and electricity. So what we need to do is go back there and boost our electricity, right? We've already got it routed down from that outside platform, but what I can do is route it down from the roof too, using that ladder, and then set up the bio thing there. And you know, we're going to set up some water there, but water is needed at the rocket place too, I believe. I think the methane, no, probably the liquid oxygen needs some of it. Whatever that machine is that converts it, like its reactor, processor, whatever it is. So, you know, I'm thinking out loud with you guys here. Oh, it's night. Go upstairs if we can. And see, this thing is looking out that way. And then on here, we've got electricity is doing good. Great, actually. Petrol. Actually, our petrol tanks are half full. That's 4 of them. And then fresh water's 4,000. Diesel. And then carbon dioxide is going to just fill as we go. This poor guy here. I don't know what he's doing. Let's look at this. All right, so. Trying to start. What is this place called? This place is called the Last Listening Station. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Anyway, we got our rocket station, right? Key point. We got our Lazarus complex key point. As we head, if we decide to take off this way, that, you know, we were talking about doing the quests that are listed. Here's the Norfolk grave that we got to go and check out. Now that we have a depth filled and we have the access to those turbo things, this is going to be way better now. So we visit this, and then I think it's after we visit this. Oh, what's that? Look at that. It's like a chemistry station right there. Here's another unknown. This could be like this. So sanctuary dock. This is a warehouse. I know that. I saw it on a map. Warehouse. This could be another warehouse. So those could be useful. I don't know what that is. Looks like a chemistry thingy. But if we go up here, we knock this out, and then we find the seed thing, which could be this. There ended up being a lot of those around, I think. And then we get fuel and we come back. We can go to Lazarus and start, or on the way up there, we go to Lazarus and start doing something with the food. Because if we're growing the humans here, this is where we're going to need the food. So why carry so much of it with me? Why not? Now, there is the thing, right? It's just like how far away, when you get away from something, chunks like Minecraft, it won't be doing anything. That chunk isn't loaded. So the refinery right now is not online. I shut it all off because I knew when you get away from it, it's not going to be online. Just like when I'm away from the rocket fuel facility, it's not going to be online making the rocket fuel. I'm going to have to be around it, right? And same thing with Lazarus. Well, I think that's all okay. What I'm trying to do is offload some of this stuff on the boat. I don't want like crude tanks everywhere. I don't want everything all over this. I wanted a lot of stuff on here, but not that much stuff. That's why I'm thinking some fuel storage there. We'll make rocket fuel out there. We can make food there. We make fuel up there. Making that is going to let us offload all this bio now that it's like way heavier. I think that's a good idea. All right, what I'm going to do is, I think, where are we at? 2 hours and 11 minutes. All right. This was a weird video. Started off slow, but I wanted to share my mindset with you guys about everything and show you the cool new stuff. I love the planning aspect of things. That's why my mind switches back and forth. Like, should I put diesel tanks? Should I not? Should I put petrol? Should I not? But the planning aspects, I love it. That's why I'm saying, let's make rocket fuel over there. Okay? That's what we're going to do. We're going to make food and whatever else we need to grow humans at Lazarus. We already are making fuel up there. We've got one facility here where we can store some fuel locally if we need to. Just like what, 2, 4, 6, 8, maybe 10,000 liters, which is, as it sits, just under half of my fuel load. So we can store 10,000 liters there. What I'll do is when I go up to the oil thing, I told you I'll put some temporary tanks on here. I'll overload the boat. I'll go down. I'll offload them there. Get rid of those tanks in case we need to build something else. I think it's a good idea. But let's call this one here. I don't know. It doesn't seem like, besides going into that facility, there's much more to do here. Besides loot everything, I'll go ahead and clear the place of loot. And then I'll figure out, probably we'll come back and finish going in there and see what this is. And then I say we go that way. There's that weird looking thing there. Where is that thing? The Transposium. This is another one of the quests. See, it's a maze, and one of these quests is to find the end of this maze. This has got to be, it's got to be underwater, man. We just went from here. Actually, it was a storm, but we just went like this right by it. Anyway, when I went up to the came down from the oil, this is where we went. This is our route right here. We went by this place. And there. Anyway, yeah, we'll finish this place off and I'll decide. We can wait on this. I'd like to get going on Lazarus, offload some of this bio. Just thinking out loud. That's it for me, you guys. Along the way, I asked for comments, what you guys think about this, that, and the other thing. Hopefully you did it as I asked, like as we went, because I don't even remember what I asked. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. Hit that old like button. Join me next episode.